2 things I wrote down today. 1, you haven't met everybody who will love you, which is very exciting. 2, go where you are fully appreciated, valued, and respected. And let's say celebrated too. I just got off of a podcast for Retirement Inside Out, and we didn't even talk about retirement. We didn't even talk about it. I wrote a whole book on it. We didn't even touch it. We talked about branding, and you know me, I love branding queen. And it's crazy because we also just did our Escape the Broker Dealer training this week on branding. And for women, when you're moving from an employee role to being the employer, to running your own show, it can be overwhelming with the branding. And my best piece of advice is just to consistently surround yourself with things that feel good to you. And you'll start to notice this theme with them. Usually you should have 3 to 4 core pillars, value pillars that you talk on consistently. But what we talked about today on the podcast, I'm going to give you a few tips. 1, you already have a book written. It's already in your head. It's on social media. It's in your blog posts. Start to consolidate that information and organize it into those value pillars, content pillars or buckets. Okay? 2, be authentic and be vulnerable. To me, being vulnerable, and I'm very vulnerable in my books, online, on my blog, Not Your Father's Advisor, it helps break down the wall between me and my client, my prospects, so that they know I'm a real human, I have flaws, I make mistakes, and then they don't feel judged. Then they don't feel condemned or too intimidated to really show everything. Because if I'm really going to help you with your money or your business, or if you're an advisor, I need to know the whole story. I need to know the baggage, the dirty laundry. You got to let me in. But I can't do that if you think I'm intimidating or I'm going to judge you. So be authentic, be vulnerable. And the third one, it's all about consistency. The consistency of the look of the brand, so that you're not sending polar opposite messages constantly that make people question you. Consistently showing up. And to me, that's about unapologetically going for it. I've always felt very guilty, like Catholic school, you know what happens there. I've always felt very guilty when I wanted something so badly. Even writing the books that you see over here on the bookshelf. I feel guilty taking the time to write the books, even though each book I wrote made me a better advisor. So my clients benefited. Their families benefited from it. My family benefited from it. And now all of our advisors are benefiting from it. You forget how much that ripple effect, even if it feels selfish in the moment, you really are benefiting all these other people around you. So let's remove the guilt. Let's unapologetically go for it. And that's what it's all about, the Women's Wealth Boutique. That's how we help our clients, our advisors, our women business owners, unapologetically go for it. Removing the guilt, removing the obstacles, giving them a path forward, and celebrating them where they are today, but also where they're going, and to not make them feel guilty over where they want to go. It's okay if you've outgrown your current role, whether you're an employee at your current firm, at a relationship. It's okay if you've outgrown it. I want you to know that. You can take that step and still be you and find your right home. And that's what it feels like for all the women at the Women's Wealth Boutique. That's what we strive for. So I hope I can see you there. DM me, message me, comment if you want more information.